What it do, baby? It's your boy Enrico, and I'm back again. This time came to holler at y'all about Game 4 of the Western Conference semifinal series between the Denver Nuggets, defending champion Denver Nuggets, and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, the Nuggets done tied the series up, y'all. It's locked up at 2-2. Minnesota shocked the world by winning the first two games of the series on the road in Denver. And now Denver has given them a taste of their own medicine and went to Minnesota now in two games in a row. Now, game 4, the Nuggets won 115-107. It was a hell of a game, hell of a back and forth. The Nuggets pretty much had control throughout most of the game. You know, the Nuggets, the Wolves made their runs. They made their runs. They got closer. They got in striking distance a couple times, but they weren't never able to get over the hump to actually, get within the possession of the Nuggets towards the end of the game. And the Nuggets did what they had to do to hang on for the win. Now, after my last video talking about this series, I spotlighted that, Ant-Man is a man, of course, and he was the man again last night. They didn't lose because of him. Anthony Edwards was 16 of 25 from the field, 5 of 8 from three-point land. He had 5 rebounds, he had 5 assists, and he had 44 points. The man, Ant-Man, he's a beast. 2 steals on the block. Like, it's nothing that he doesn't do. He was a +5, which was the second highest plus minus on his team. Shockingly, Rudy Gobert had the highest plus minus. He's +9. I don't understand that. I don't see that. I definitely didn't see that. But the numbers are the numbers. But so Anthony Edwards, he's continued to prove that he is who I say he is. That everybody, not everybody, most of the basketball world is acknowledging that he's the next one up, the future face of the league, and he's doing everything to live up to that title. Now the rest of his teammates got to come with him. They're gonna have to come with him. Big Cat, we're gonna need more than 13 points. We're gonna need better than 5 of 18 from the field, Big Cat. 5 of 18 from the field. That's horrible. Horrible. That's like 30% from the field, dude. You gotta do better, Big Cat. You were number 1 overall pick too, dog. Everybody thought this was supposed to be your team, your franchise before Ant-Man got there. Now you're slotted as a number 2, and you have the expectations of a number 2, and you can't meet that. As a former number 1 overall pick in your prime, the self-proclaimed greatest shooting big man in history. I'm the best shooting big man in history. All that bullshit doesn't matter, bruh. What matters is you helping your team win in games like this. And you did not do nothing to help your team win, bro. Stop shooting so many fucking jumpers. Play smart basketball. Stop just trying to shoot to get your fucking numbers and help your team win, dude. Damn, thank you. That's me. I'm done with Big Cat. Rudy Gobert, you are who you are. You're overrated player. You're overrated defender who they keep giving Defensive Player of the Year awards to, but yet when it's like a perfect opportunity for you to prove that, you do the opposite. You're playing the greatest offensive big man of this generation. You're the best, greatest defensive player of this generation, according to the voters. According to the NBA voters and the executives, whoever else has a input in the voting, he's the greatest defender of this generation. The man that won 4 Defensive Player of the Years. So why he can't do nothing with Jokic? He can't do nothing. Nothing. Once again, they find you. They putting you in situations where you're a liability at times. They get you to switch on guards and stuff like that. You can't stay in front of nobody. But you're the greatest defensive player of this generation. That's a joke. That's a joke. I'm gonna continue to say Anthony Davis got robbed so many times for defensive player of the year. I don't understand why. He's at least supposed to win it 2 times. Draymond Green got robbed a couple times. I don't understand. Like, why the obsession of keep calling this man the greatest defender in the league, in the world, when he can't do nothing when you need him to do it. When you absolutely need him to be a great defender, he never does it. He can't. He's not good enough. He's not versatile enough. But yet, y'all say he's the best. Okay, moving on. He didn't do what he had to do. I don't care about that plus minus. I watched the game. You didn't do what you needed to do. You're getting paid way too much money. You're getting too many awards and adulations to just have that little impact, Gobert. I need more impact. I need more than 1 block. I need way less than 5 turnovers, Gobert. Yeah, 5 turnovers. Anthony Edwards had the ball 100 times more than you. He only had 3. You led the team in turnovers, bro. Yeah, and you had one block. That's not enough for the defensive player of the year. Cut that shit out. You gotta do better. Um, Now I'm gonna get to the Nuggets. My video I made about Shaq and Shannon Sharp, all that stemmed from Shaq's comments from Jokic winning MVP, and I went into a little tangent about people kind of disrespected Shaq, acting like he doesn't have the right to say what he said. Then I got to comparing Shaq and Jokic, and I said Shaq couldn't do nothing with Jokic, which I still believe is true. I mean, Jokic can't do nothing with Shaq, excuse me. As far as going up against each other individually, one-on-one, Jokic can't check Shaq at all. And I intimated that Shaq can do something with Jokic. He could check Jokic, which he would have. He would be able to check Jokic in spots. Shaq was very athletic. He was skilled. He had size. Everything to bother Jokic. He would have been able to slow Jokic down a little bit. But I want to make sure I clarified by saying Jokic is a dog. He's a problem, and I'm not saying Shaq is better than him per se. I was just saying one-on-one going up against each other, Jokic will have his hands full going up against Shaq, and Shaq would dominate Jokic when he's on offense. Now, when Shaq is on defense and Jokic's on offense, I'm not saying Shaq will strap him up and Jokic wouldn't get his off either. He clearly would get his shit off. Pause. He will give Shaq a lot of problems. And, and with his skill, his IQ, his just talent, he's great. And I'm not taking nothing away from Jokic. Jokic is great. He's great, dog. I don't think he quite deserved the MVP this year. That's a different discussion. But he's absolutely spectacular, dog. And I'm going to give kudos to Mike Malone because I called him out a little bit. I didn't really call him out, but I did say I'm expecting to see some adjustments from him. And I need to see some adjustments because I've seen a couple of things that, it just wasn't, he wasn't giving the team the best, the best. He wasn't making it as easy as he could have for the Nuggets to have success in this series. A couple of strategic moves I just noticed, throughout the games, the first two games. And I mentioned that after my last video about this series. I mentioned that he needs to, and I expect him to make a couple of adjustments, and he did. He did. Mike Malone is great. First of all, I instantly knew when I heard the next day after the Nuggets lost game 2 and they went down 0-2. Everybody wrote them off. Everybody from on ESPN, FS1, all of them was like, and it's not a question if the series is over. It's just a question if it's going to be a sweep or not. And blah blah blah. I did not like that because it's like even though they play horribly, they are the champions. They have the heart of a champion. They clearly have pride. They have respect and honor about themselves, dignity, and they just wasn't going to go out like that. And I could tell, I knew Mike Malone wasn't going to let them go out like that. And he said he challenged them. He showed them a bunch of clippings of people like Stephen A. and all these other clowns out here talking about some years over. It's going to be a sweep, all that kind of shit. And that shit motivated them. They're the defending champions. They have pride. They have dignity. They know who the hell they are. They know who the hell Minnesota is. They know what Ant-Man is. They said, hell nah. We respect you. We know who you are, but it's not your time yet. It's not your time yet. We're gonna calm y'all down. We're gonna show y'all who the hell we are. And Mike Malone has led his team to do that very thing. Now, strategically, it seemed like they were ignoring Gordon the first 2 games, but they clearly made a decision, they being Minnesota, that he's the guy we're gonna kind of let have space. We're not gonna we're gonna double offer him to give him a shot. We're gonna double team Jokic and give him a cut opportunity and stuff like that. And it seemed like for whatever reason, it's just like the Nuggets weren't prepared for that type of defensive strategy, and it's like they weren't doing the things to take advantage of like what the Minnesota Timberwolves were doing, and they were like doing everything to play into the Timberwolves' hands. And it seemed like they watched the tape, and you can clearly see that they see the weaknesses of what they were doing. Aaron Gordon is the key. And Aaron Gordon, like, I want everybody to understand, like, this guy was a lottery pick. He had all-star potential. He was rotting away in Orlando with sorry-ass teams for years. We all knew he was a great talent. Now, was he a number one on a good team? No. But we know he's a talent. He's a smart player, a good basketball player. He has skill, talent, all that. Great defender, great athlete. So you put him into a situation like this, a system like this, Aaron Gordon can do this. Like, if you like treat him like he's just anybody, he has the capability of doing what he did last night. Now, Aaron Gordon has dropped 27 points last night. He had 7 rebounds and 6 assists. A complete game, 2 blocks and a steal. The man played 41 minutes. He played the most minutes on the team. He only missed 1 shot. He was 11 of 12 from the field. 2 of 2 from the three-point line. 3 of 3 from the free throw line. Literally missed 1 shot. Played a spectacular game. Besides Justin Holiday, he had the highest plus-minus on the team. The man and it's like, you can see Malone was like, okay, if they continue to play us like this, We're going to make sure we make them pay. Aaron, you get the ball and you make a move. You could tell they coached him into having the mindset of being aggressive. You are the X factor of the current situation. They're playing us in a way where you the one gonna have the most opportunities, Aaron. You have to make them pay. You have an open shot, shoot it and make it. Take it and make it. He did that last night. You have an open lane to cut. He did that last night. So many back cuts, so many alley-oops. We already know that's what they great at. And he took advantage, and you could see he was aware of the strategy, and you could see they watched the film and they made the correct adjustments into attacking Minnesota in their weakness, in their vulnerable positions, in their vulnerable spots, attacking them where they're weak, taking advantage of what they were giving up. They were so worried about gearing up on Jokic, gearing up on Murray, which was great strategy. I would have did the same thing. They was like, we're gonna make Aaron Gordon prove that he can beat us. Not necessarily KCP and MPJ as much, because they can beat y'all just shooting, you giving them open shots. Everybody know that. KCP and MPJ, they are 3-point shooters as far as, like, if you just give them open shots, they're going to make them. So they're not necessarily wanting to give them open shots, but they were willing to give Aaron Gordon open shots. And you can see the last two games, especially last night, he made them pay, man. And I'm going to give a big shout out to Mike Malone, because you can see he coached that into the team. He made them aware of that, and they are playing in a way that's giving them a best opportunity to take advantage of what Minnesota is doing currently. And that's what coaching is all about. And I take my hat off to Mike Malone. I take my hat off to the Nuggets players too, because they clearly just took the response. They clearly responded to the challenge that Mike Malone gave them, and they took it personally, and they're responding personally. You can see they playing with way more force. They playing with way more belief, like way more loose. They way more happy. Like, you can see, like, I don't know if the pressure was on them at home. I don't know what it was, but on the road, they clearly playing with way less pressure. They playing, like, way more free. They playing with more joy. They playing with more belief, and you can see it. And it's looking scary for Minnesota, man. It's looking like it's trouble for Minnesota. I actually did think they was going to win this series when they went up 2-0. Initially, I did not think they was going to win this series, but when they went up 2-0, I did say I think they was going to win this series. But I also said it's not over yet. I wasn't writing the Nuggets off, because I respect who the Nuggets are. I respect Nikola Jokic. I respect the coaches, the organization, everything. So I knew it wasn't going to be easy. And to my surprise, they went to Minnesota and won both games. So now we back tied at 2-2. Anthony Edwards. Shout out to you again, Anthony Edwards. After game 3, I literally said, like, after the 2-3 minutes of game 3, I looked at my brother and told him, I don't like how Anthony Edwards look. Like, the first 2 play I watched, I don't know why, I just watched him. I wasn't watching the game. I was watching him. And his energy was just off. I seen it. He just didn't have his usual energy. He wasn't focused. He wasn't engaged in the game how he usually is. And he literally said after game 3, his energy was low. He can't afford to do that. He apologized to his teammates, the city, the fans, everybody, because he knew his energy was low. And it's just crazy. That's why I know I got that eye, man. 2010 vision, you hear me? Hey, I got that eye, man. I can see it. So he just confirmed what I already seen after the first 3 minutes watching the damn game. I seen his energy was low. And he apologized, and he came back, and, he made up for that in game 4. And he started off hot, stayed aggressive, played as well as you can play, as well as you can ask for. Now, they lost by 8 points. The turning point of this game was the end of the first half. Jamal Murray made that damn buzzer beater. Jamal Murray is incredible. He's playing with a bad calf, and he gutted it out. He's been gunning it out the whole playoffs, especially this series. He had 19 points. He was 8 of 17 from the field, 3 of 7 from the 3-point line. I believe he had 12 points in the second half. He didn't score that much in the first half. Yeah, he only had 4 points before he made that buzzer beater in the first half. So he finished the first half with 7 points. But before the buzzer beater even happened, okay, the Nuggets is up 7. They up 7. So MPJ makes a 3 with about 15 seconds left or whatever it was. Anthony Edwards come down. They turn the ball over. MPJ gets the dunk or the layup at the other end with about 1 second left and some change left. So now you went from down 7 to down 10 till you turn it over. When you try to shoot the last shot, they get a layup. Now you're down 12. So now you're down 12. You inbound the ball. You throw a horrible pass to half court. It gets intercepted. Jamal Murray catches it, throws it up, and swishes a half-court shot at the buzzer at the end of the second quarter. So look at the timeline of events. You went from down 7 to down 10, from down 10 to down 12, to down 12 to turning it over and a man make a half-court buzzer beater at the buzzer. Now you're down 15 going into the locker room. So you went from 7 to 15 in a matter of about 20 seconds of game time. You lost the game 115 to 107. How many points is that, y'all? That is 8 points. How many points did they score in the last 15 minutes and to end the quarter, in the second quarter, to end the half? 8 points. That stretch doomed the Timberwolves. And if they lose this series, they're gonna go back to that moment and say we let one go right there. If we didn't let all that extra bullshit happen at the end of the second quarter, the end of the first half, right here in Game 4, we probably been in a way better position and we'd have probably won this game. Now, a lot of things happened in the second half that they could have made or break them. And, after that, they had plenty of chances. They didn't take advantage of that. But if you just isolate that moment right there, that was it. That was it, y'all. Minnesota lost the game right there, man. That you can't let a team get that kind of momentum and get that type of, to take a lead from 7 to 15 within 20 seconds at home. You can't walk into the locker room like that and think you're going to recover from that, man. And Minnesota could not recover, man. So shout out to the Nuggets. Y'all punched back like some real champions. Shout out to Ant-Man. You a dog, boy. Big Cat, you better step up, dude. Don't leave my man Ant-Man hanging out there like that, dude. Hey, Gobert, prove that you're the best defender of this generation. Prove it. Prove it. Keep giving you them damn awards like you really like that. And you can't stop a nosebleed when everybody needs you to. Prove it, dude. Conley, you a veteran. You did what you had to do. I'm not going to say too much about you. You played a solid game. You could use a little more. Alexander Walker, we need you to make some open threes. Kyle Anderson, we need you to do more. Naz Reid, you doing a hell of a job. I can't ask for too much more from you. Y'all got to help Ant-Man out, dog. Y'all got to help him out. Shout out Mike Malone. Shout out the Nuggets. Shout out the Timberwolves. It's a great series so far. Been back and forth. The road team has won every game. So we're going to tune into this series to see, how it transpired from here on out. You feel me? Game 5 will be on Tuesday at Denver, 10:30. So that's gonna be the swing game. We already know. In the tie series, 2-2, the winner of Game 5 win like 80%, 80+% of the time. So that's clearly a pivotal game. So it's all on the line. Game 5 in Denver. We're gonna tune in to see how that thing turn out, man. But yeah, man, it's your boy Enrico. I had to give my 2 cents, give my opinion on the Denver Nuggets, Minnesota Timberwolves series, and how the Denver Nuggets tied the series up 2-2. Appreciate y'all for tapping in with your boy. Like, comment, subscribe. Give me your feedback in the comment section, definitely. Please subscribe. Show me some love. I appreciate it on the Enrico show. I'm trying to build my page up. So every like, every subscribe, every subscription, goes a long way, man. I appreciate it a lot. So appreciate y'all tapping in with your boy Enrico again. Make it your best time till next time, y'all. Peace.